Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Game number 2 of day number 2 of our coverage. 6th game overall. Stallions and Marlins about to battle. Providence and Arnold. Home team Arnold and the visiting squad, the Stallions of Providence. Brody Kraft starting it off for the Stallions. And he will ground it to short, charging into field. Lindsay goes to first, and there's a couple of pitches and an out. So one away, Luke Manderson next. Three-hitter Landis Pickett, Gavin Duva batting fourth for Providence. Preston Rashidi is the 5-hitter. Grant Shepard hits sixth. Preston Metricardi in the 7-hole. Ryan Walls batting eighth, and Anthony Tantorno is hitting ninth for the Stallions. Cooper Moss on the hill for Arnold. Behind the plate is Mac Jones, as that one is floated in the direction of center field, and it will just clear the fence. Manderson with a 1-out solo home run. And Providence will get on the board, and we will get an answer to the question, will we get a home run in this game quickly? There's been one in every game thus far. At least one. And Providence taking the 1-zip lead. Landis Pickett to the plate. Rest of the Marlins defense, Eli Bear at first. Second baseman is Braxton Grieve. Shortstop Josh Lindsay. Connor McCann at third. Got an outfield of Maddox Bean in left, as this one has popped up but out of play over towards the batting cages. Center fielder Austin Hendricks, and the right fielder is Nathan Neely. 0-2 pitch, a little bit inside. Gavin Duva to the on-deck circle. It's a little bit on the cloudy side again today, as the count evens up on Pickett. And it is supposed to get windier as the day goes on. Right about 5 o'clock is when the winds noticeably pick up. Again over towards the cages. And that is just on the other side of the chain link. That is a tall fella at first. Eli Bear with long arms. He might could have reached over and gotten that one. Just didn't realize how close to the fence it was going to be. Count even in 2 on Pickett. Here is the Moss 2-2 offering. Currently 69, should warm to 70. Air quality 39 and good, UV index 5 and moderate. Winds currently out of the south-southeast at 11 as you got the strikeout of Pickett. Next up to bat, right fielder number 3. 2 gone for Gavin Duva. So currently south-southeast winds at 11, gusting to 18, and it's not windy. The wind, according to the iPhone weather app, at 5. Into the strike zone with the pitch to Duva. And according to the app, we could have gusts to 27 later today. Nothing in 2 on Duva. Preston Rashini to the on-deck circle. Ball game just underway, second game of the day. 5 minutes in and already a round tripper. And already a couple of Ks back-to-back of Pickett and Duma. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 comes in on the home run. We head to the bottom of the first and the top of the order for Arnold.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Marlins, the starting pitcher, number 18, Cooper Moss. Once again, the starting pitcher for the Stallions, number 7, Preston Hardy.
We head to the bottom of the first. Cooper Moss starts it. Mason Lehman is the 2-hitter. Austin Hendricks batting third. Eli Bear. Make that Blair. I think we did have a Bear earlier in the tournament. Got a Blair now. He is batting in the 4th spot for Arnold. Josh Lindsay is the 5-hitter. Connor McCann batting 6th. 7th-hitter Nathan Neely, Braxton Grieve in the 8th spot, and Maddox Bean batting 9th. Preston Metricardi on the hill for Providence. Grant Shepard behind the plate. Ryan Walls at first, second baseman Anthony Tantorno. Camden Hagee at short. At third, Preston Rashina. Brody Kraft in left. The center fielder is Luke Manderson, and Gavin Duva is in right. Three-two offering to Moss. And he'll be heading down to first. Compliments of a walk.
Next up to bat, the Marlins, the designated hitter, number 6, Mason Lehman.
So Arnold with a base runner on for Mason Lehman.
Courtesy runner for the Marlins, number 16, Carter Campbell.
Carter Campbell, the courtesy runner for Moss, over at first. Mason Lehman coming to the plate. Tying run aboard in the bottom part of the first. Opening game went about 2 hours. Saw TCA knock off Marist 6-4. Into the dirt with a pitch. And Campbell takes second. And that tying run in scoring position. Lehman the DH, Austin Hendricks moving to the on-deck circle. Couple of pitches missing. Lehman, the right-hander, steps back in. 2-0 offering from Metricardi. And that will get out of play. I mentioned in the prior game, I remember when there was nothing but trees here, no South Walton. I remember when there was no Panama City Arnold. I think that's a sign that you are aging. Hit to short, fielded there by Hagee, goes to first and gets Lehman.
Now to bat for the Marlins, the center fielder, number 20, Austin Hendricks.
Austin Hendricks coming to the plate. The tying run 90 feet away. On the outside part of the plate, I think there was a fist clutch by our umpire to indicate a strike. And the count 0-1. 0-2. Eli Blair on deck. Josh Lindsay moving to the on-deck circle. Recently heard the lyrics to a song. I don't remember all of them, but I remember the key line. It said, I thought getting older would take a little longer. As you got a swing and a miss. And a throw down to first to make sure Hendricks isn't out. But it doesn't seem that long ago when there was not a South Walton or a Panama City Arnold.
Next up to bat, the first baseman, number 24, Eli Blair.
And I think South Walton's been here like a couple of decades now. Arnold probably longer. Eli Blair with that runner still aboard. Potential tying run. Count even in one. 1 ball, 1 strike. High and inside. Let's see, Arnold High School was commissioned in '98, as that is dropped right in front of Metricardi, and he'll grab it and tag out Blair.
Blair grounds out to end the inning. We played 1 complete inning of baseball.
Unassisted put out.
The score Stallions.
And the runner in third stays there. We go to the second in a 1-zip game.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
We'd like to thank several of the South Walton Showdown sponsors, Maverick General Contractors, The Salty Butcher, Gardo Heating and Air Conditioning, South Philly, The Boom Room, MIB Adventures, and First National Bank. Thank you for your support of the South Walton Showdown. Leading off the top of the second inning for the Stallions, number 4, the third baseman, Preston Ricchini.
Top of the second gets underway. Preston Ricchini leading it off. Grant Shepard and Preston Metricardi due up in the inning, too. Arnold got their leadoff hitter aboard in the bottom of the first, got him to third, just couldn't get him in. Ricchini committing on the swing, at least that's according to Blue. I got some Providence Christian coaches that weren't particularly pleased with the call. Came out to question. 0-2 on Ricchini. A little bit outside. And there is out number 1. The strikeout is the third for Tyler Moss.
Out to bat, the catcher number 17, Grant Shepard.
One away for Grant Shepard. Preston Metricardi to the on-deck circle. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate. Anticipating a conversation with Daniel Ballard before the game is done. And we're not too far removed from a conversation with Coach Borthwick. It is caught behind the plate by Jones. No throw to first necessary. And 4 Ks in a row now for Cooper Moss.
Out to bat for the Stallions, the starting pitcher number 7, Preston Metricardi.
Two gone for Preston Metricardi. Ryan Walls to the on-deck circle. That is ground towards first. Backing up to field is Blair.
1, 2, 3, go the Stallions up next.
And he'll go over to Moss covering, and Metricardi goes down on the 3-1. 3 up, 3 down on the top of the second. Lindsey, McCann, and Neely in the bottom part of the inning for Arnold.
On the way, head on down to the concession stand. It's got a Cajun feel this afternoon. Jambalaya, red gravy and pasta, pepperoni pasta, shrimp and corn chowder. Now available while supplies last in the concession stand. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Marlins, the shortstop, number 7, Josh Lindsey.
Bottom of the second gets underway. Josh Lindsey starts it. Connor McCann, Nathan Neely due up in the inning, too. A lot of sports today here on JockJive. Baseball here. Baseball and softball in Wadley, Alabama. Coastal Alabama South taking on Southern Union. My buddy Adam Slay at High School Sports is producing those two. Ground awards third. It'll be fielded there by Rashini. And the throw to first gets Lindsay.
Next up to bat, the third baseman, number 27, Connor McCann.
Connor McCann next. Nathan Neely to follow. Got Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association basketball tonight. The championship game for the ladies and the semifinals for the men. Inside to McCann. For the ladies, Ken Gustafson on the call. And for the men, Jason Thompson. And is popped up to the left side. And coming over to his left to make the catch is Brody Kraft.
Next up to bat, the right fielder, number 5, Nathan Neely.
2 gone for Nathan Neely. Also this afternoon, John Margot on the call up in Milledgeville, Georgia for Georgia Military College and Andrew College softball. As this one is wrapped in the direction, well, I was going to say first, but more so out in front of the plate. Shepard will go and get it. He'll throw to first, get Neely on the 2-3 put out, and it's just like the top part of the inning. 1-2-3.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Stallions, the first baseman, number 21, Ryan Walls.
Bottom of the order, top of the third. Stallions leading by 1. And, well, we told you what happened. We'd have a conversation with the legendary Daniel Ballard, assistant coach at South Walton. Coach, have you come down from that high last night, the win over IMG?
Yes, sir. We have a 24-hour rule. We celebrated last night, woke up this morning, and ready to play another great team in Magnolia Heights out of Mississippi. They're one of the best teams in the state of Mississippi, so we'll be excited for the challenge.
Come on, Daniel. You were still celebrating this morning that big win.
No. It was a great win, great atmosphere. It was surrounded. The stadium was unbelievable last night of the crowd. The community was great, came out, and we played well enough to get the W and try to get one more today.
Tantorno to the plate. Walls a strikeout victim. Do you have any idea as to an actual head count last night?
I'd have to say close to 1,000 or a little bit over 1,000 if you include people in the outfield.
So what a great crowd at hand, great atmosphere. I know I've been telling you for a year now that I don't know if you can top the 2024 edition of the South Walton Showdown, but I think you might have done it last night.
Yeah, I think so. That was a bigger crowd than we had last year when we played Stoneman Douglas, which was one of the best teams in the country. And knocking off IMG, which was number 2 in the country, is a big win for the school and the community in Walton County, and we're just so proud of our guys, and it's got to continue to work.
Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. As this one is popped up right side, let's see if it is retrievable. It is not. On top of the batting cages, and 10 Torno will come back to the plate. Okay, last year you made it to the championship. Got a taste of what it is like state title-wise, and got a feeling y'all want to go back.
Yes, sir. That is the ultimate goal, is to get back to Fort Myers and win it. We played for it last year and fell a little short, had one bad inning, and that's unfortunately in Florida, the playoffs are one game, and anything can happen in one game, and we just didn't play well for one inning and hurt us. But Cardinal Gibbons was a great team, and we'd love to play them again, and that's the goal, is to stay healthy and continue to get better each day.
Well, where this year's event is concerned, compare this, the 2025 edition of the South Walton Showdown, to the one last year.
I'll tell you what, our parents and our booster club and our tournament committee has done a really good job. They started this next week, when the tournament's over, they'll start again for the 2026 Showdown, which will be back. And they did a really good job with the hospitality tent, getting teams here, getting teams hotels, restaurants, gift bags for all the coaches, aligning the umpires up, and the sites. We appreciate Mosley High School, Northwest Florida State College, and Niceville High School for allowing us to play games there. And it always helps when you have multiple venues here, and it gives the teams different atmospheres to play at in the Panhandle.
Couple of outs as we go back to the top of the order. Brody Kraft to the plate. Luke Manderson to the on-deck circle. Now, last year, were there 2 fields? And this year 4, or were there more than 2 last year?
There was 2 fields last year. It was here, and it was Northwest Florida State. So this year we added 3 more venues to the tournament, which last year's tournament was 13 teams. This year's tournament was 19 teams.
All right, next year, plans to grow beyond 19?
I'm not sure. 19 was tough to get everybody the amount of games they wanted, because it's kind of come here and play as many games as you want, and we try to accommodate every team and times and time frame and stuff like that, because a lot of these guys are on vacation, and we do want them to enjoy our beautiful beaches as well.
All right, now I think your people have talked to our people, and they've agreed to keep you here at least into the bottom of the third. Is that agreeable?
Yes, sir. We can do that.
We're going to go to break and be back with Daniel.
Immediately after this, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. In the 3 o'clock game, IMG Academy taking on Trinity Christian and Academy. At 6 o'clock, South Walton, home team, and host team taking on Magnolia Heights. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning, for the Marlins, the left fielder, number 32, Maddox Bean.
That'll get out of play from Braxton Grieve as we get the bottom of the 3rd underway. Heck, not just the top and bottom part of the innings going quickly, but the officials in between innings, they've sped up the process.
Yes, sir. We're trying to keep a good pace, and we don't do time limits or stuff like that. We want these guys to come down here and play a full baseball game, and that's our goal. So we allotted the times for that. 3 hours in between it, 3 hours for the game. And, of course, it's baseball. It could run over. But it's been a wonderful event with the scouts and the talent that's been on this field this weekend. Yesterday, Trinity Christian has the #1 pitcher in the 26 class. Aaron Watson is going to Virginia. He could be a potential draft guy. Chase Fuller from Lincoln High School yesterday is the #1 player in the country for the 27 class, going to Florida State. In this game, you got Cooper Moss going to Florida. He's a really talented arm. Eli Blair, first baseman, is going to Florida. So really talented. Each game you play, there's talent on the field.
Speaking of Watson, I think 13 Ks yesterday as that one has popped up in foul territory. Over to get it is Ryan Walls, and Bean will fly out.
Yeah, Aaron Watson was unbelievable, and I can tell why he's the #1 pitcher in the 25 class. He was really impressive to watch throw. And on Tuesday night, Talon Haley from Lewisburg, Mississippi, threw here. He's one of the best pitchers, left-handed pitchers in the country. He's going to Vanderbilt, and he also hit a 3-run homer in that game too. So that was a pretty good game. So ever since Tuesday, it's been great games, and we've enjoyed the atmosphere and the fans and the community and people coming out. And we appreciate the greatest play-by-play guy in baseball, Robert Williams, and JockJive Sports joining us this weekend.
Man, you are just you're trying to get a discount, aren't you? Hey, it's great baseball, great to be here covering these 19 teams, and then last year 13. Okay, so you got 19 teams. You think that might be where you want to cap it? What about players on a waiting list? I mean, not players, but teams on a waiting list. I mean, are there teams saying, let us come there next year?
Oh, yeah. No, all these teams have talked about wanting to come back, and what a beautiful venue. And, of course, I mean, obviously the Tennessee schools, Houston High School, Clarksdale High School, and Riverdale, Tennessee, I think their fans have enjoyed that, getting away from that Tennessee cold weather and getting down here and enjoying these sunny beaches.
Base hit for Moss, Mason Lehman coming to the plate. Last year, I guess one of the marquee outside names was Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, and then this year you got an IMG Academy. I mean, is there a kind of an emphasis on one outside drawing card per year?
Yes, sir. That's the goal, is always to try to bring one of the best teams in the country here to our place and play them and get them in the tournament. IMG Academy is one of the best in the country. They have a very, very, very good program. They have a very lot of talented players, and it's fun to coach in those kind of type games.
All right, now do you already kind of have an idea then who that name team is in 26?
Not yet. We'll get to that. We'll get to that at the end of the year after we hopefully host that Blue Map.
But of course, planning for the next year actually begins right after this one wraps.
Yes, sir. Our tournament committee will jump on that. They'll meet about it in a couple weeks and start planning on it. How many teams we want, the venues, the dates, all that. And our tournament committee is unbelievable. I mean, we got Perfect Game here. We got PBR here. We got some media people here. Scouts. I mean, our hospitality tent's unbelievable. These parents have worked hard, and this community's done a good job donating the gifts and the food and stuff like that. So it's been a great event for both years, and we, next year's event, we want it to be better.
Well, obviously, when you talk to fans that love the game, they're giving you extremely high marks. What about when you talk to scouts?
They love it. They love it. They want to come back every year, and they're like, Coach, we got to make sure this is an annual thing because, not only it's hard for a scout to go watch just one player or one team. So we create the matchups where they can see multiple players all day. I mean, each team out here has somebody that could potentially be a high draft pick or a draft pick down the road, or there could be some, sophomores, freshmen, juniors that are on the map and would love to. They'd love to see them too.
Well, we've wrapped up the third. Can you hang around till the fourth? We might want to talk just a tad more.
Yes, sir. I can definitely do that.
We'll be back with the fourth after this.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Stallions, the center fielder number 9, Luke Manderson.
Top of the fourth, two-hitter Luke Manderson to the plate. Had a solo home run in the first, and that's been the difference thus far in this one. Landis Pickett and Gavin Duba, 2 up in the inning, 2. Arnold getting their first base hit of the game in the bottom of the third. A Cooper Moss 2-out single, but he is left on, and we head to the fourth in a 1-zip game. How do you determine the matchups? Who plays who? Who's the home team?
We just kind of we do our research and our homework on these teams, and some teams, some teams ask who's in the tournament, and they'd like to play, like Trinity Christian and IMG, and Trinity Christian and Lincoln asked to play each other, so we made that matchup happen. And obviously we pick who we want to play, and we played the first day we played a great Winter Park team out of Orlando, Florida, a big 7A program down there that Coach Sid Cash does a great job down there. And then last night we played IMG Academy, and then tonight we played Magnolia Heights, which is a really good program over there. And then the rest of the tournament we just kind of put the matchups together and just go from there.
Do some of the matchups, are they intentional or by design, as Manderson strikes out for out number 1, to get you those marquee player matches so that coaches, not coaches, but scouts have an opportunity to see kind of a 2-for-1?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that does play a factor into it. Who plays who is the marquee players. Like yesterday, you had Chase Fuller, really good, talented shortstop, and against Aaron Watson, really talented arm. And Trinity Christian they'll throw another great arm in this next game, and so will IMG Academy. Chase Bentley and Ethan Wheeler both. Wheeler's going to Florida. Chase Bentley's going to Texas A&M, so you'll have an SEC matchup in the next game.
How many games does each team get?
Some teams play 3. A lot of teams play 3. Some teams play 4, and then Winter Park's playing 5. So just depends how much baseball they want to play.
There is the threat of inclement weather tomorrow. Is there kind of a plan B in place, or do you just go with the schedule and work it around Mama Nature?
Well, here, the ball's going to roll to the fence for a while.
And Pickett's going to make his way to third and get there easily.
Well, here with the all-turf surfaces, if it's raining pretty heavy, we'll stop the game, and then as soon as it stops raining, the beauty about turf is you can continue the game, which we only have one other site. Tomorrow is Niceville High School. They have 2 games at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., so we can hopefully the weather's not supposed to come in until later in the afternoon, so hopefully we can be in that last game the time the weather does hit. And we are hoping the baseball gods are good to us and keep the weather away.
They have been. Yesterday was cloudy early, cloudy late, but nary a drop of rain. I think there was some rain maybe early yesterday morning, but none during playing time.
Yeah, we've been lucky for 2 years in a row with the weather, so let's knock on wood here and continue to have good weather. And these teams have enjoyed it. I mean, everybody speaks very highly of this place, and it's a beautiful complex. To me, it's the best in the Southeast, if you ask me, but I'm biased on that. But it's been beautiful baseball weather, and all these teams have enjoyed it.
Now, I'm thinking back to last year. I was thinking that you had mentioned that maybe a canopy over the grandstand was coming. Is that still coming?
Yes, sir. We are in the works for that. Just trying to figure out when the good time is, and of course the money factor plays into that as well. So, but that is in the future plans. Yes.
Preston Rashini after the strikeout of Duba. Cooper Moss trying to strand Pickett. Pickett trying to come in and double the Providence lead here in the fourth, outside with the pitch to Rashini. Grant Shepard to the on-deck circle. Now, a lot of these teams that you have in the tournament here, do they reciprocate and at some point you go to their place?
Yes, sir. So Lincoln has came here 2 years in a row to our tournament, and we'll go to Lincoln in Tallahassee at the end of the month. We'll go play McClay on Friday night at McClay High School, and then we'll go play Lincoln at Lincoln High School on Saturday morning. And we have talked to Coach Fitz, Stoneman Douglas, and we could potentially go down there next year and play those guys down there.
1 ball, 1 strike. Rashidi awaits. A little bit low, a little bit inside. 2-1 on Rashidi, who struck out to begin the second inning, trying to avoid putting it into the fourth and sending it to the bottom part when Hendricks, Blair, and Lindsay will come to the plate. That'll roll to the screen, and Pickett will come in. Able to slide underneath the Cooper Moss intended tag. And Providence takes a 2-zip lead. All right, you personally, you've been a head coach, now an assistant coach. I guess it's stereotyping that once you've been a head coach, you always want to eventually go back to that spot. Is that necessarily true at some point?
We'll see down the road. I love this place. So does my family. So we're here for the long haul. This is a beautiful place, and it's awesome county to work for. Our superintendent, Mr. Russell Hughes, does a wonderful job. He's a very first-class guy, and really he's runs a very good school system. Walton County is number 3 in the state academically. So it's a great place for a family to grow up in. It's a beautiful community. It keeps growing. I mean, I remember hearing you talk about Destin as a bait shop and saying Destin was sand, and now, I mean, look at this. And if you look at Freeport, if you're driving through Freeport, you think you're in Pensacola now. I mean, you just keep building and building. And around here, I mean, we got a $18 million football stadium being built, a new classroom addition in the next 5 years, and then a new softball stadium as well. So this is going to be a happening campus, along with other county schools getting new upgrades facility-wise too. So that's the biggest thing. Is not only is academic, it's great for academics, but it's great for athletics for the Walton County school system.
Grant Shepard struck out in the second, back to the plate with a base runner on in the fourth. You are originally an Alabama boy, though, right?
I am. I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and that's my hometown, Roll Tide. And
I thought you were a War Eagle fan.
No. I'll be a War Eagle fan in a couple years when they get Coleman Borthwick. I'll be a War Eagle fan then. But other than that, I won't never say War Eagle besides when Borthwick's playing. Other than that, it's Roll Tide. But no, this is a beautiful. My wife's from Florida, so she wanted to move back, and I'm glad she talked me into it. It's been one of the greatest moves for me and my family, and it's just a beautiful place to live.
And when Borthwick committed to Auburn, did you try to convince him? No, Alabama.
No. I don't ever step in the kids' future where they go. Wherever they go, I'm happy for them. They choose that because I don't have to go to class or play for that coach. But Butch Thompson is a first-class guy, and Butch Thompson's getting a great player. But we still got 2 years left with Mr. Borthwick.
As a matter of fact, heard Butch Thompson at an ALA BCA convention in December. Man, he just put a great presentation together. And love, too, that his emphasis was, listen, if you don't put family first, that's where you need to start. If you don't do that, you got problems, got issues.
That's right. Now, Butch Thompson's a wonderful guy, and he's been here a couple times, and he's an awesome guy, and they're getting a great player, and Auburn's doing a very good job. They got 2 freshmen right now that I saw play last year, Chris Rembert at Pensacola Catholic, and then Bub Terrell at Thompson High School saw him play. So they got some good players coming in. Auburn community, I'll just give Butch time with these freshmen. They're going to be really good in the future, and their 26 class is really good to be signed. So it's big things to come in that Auburn baseball program.
Got the strikeout of Shepard. That'll put an end to the inning, but not before a run plates. And Providence takes a 2-zip lead. Daniel, as always, great to have you with us. You went a half inning beyond our commitment, so we appreciate that as well.
No, I appreciate you, Mr. Robert. And like I said, it's awesome that you could be here. I know a lot of people are watching online and YouTube, and the only thing I do is just hit that little button to watch it, and it's an awesome tournament. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Daniel Ballard, assistant coach at South Walton, our guest here in the Providence Arnold game.
LIV Adventures and First National Bank. Thank you for your support of South Walton Showdown. Heading to the bottom of the fourth. Up next, the Arnold Marlins. Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Marlins, the center fielder number 20, Austin Hendricks.
Bottom of the fourth, Austin Hendricks starts it. Eli Blair and Josh Lindsay. 2 up in the inning, 2. Providence getting a run in the first and the fourth. Leading it by 2, going to the home half of the fourth. Hendricks 0 for 1 in the game. And the count evens up at 2. And there is a walk handed out to Hendricks. He will go down to first. For Metricardi, that is walk number 2 in the game. Walk the first guy he faced, and nobody since until now. Eli Blair coming to the plate. Look down to first, trotting back to the bag. It's Hendricks. No throw coming. Eli Blair. Ground out to the pitcher. To Metricardi in the first inning. Off and running with a throw to first and sitting there waiting for the tag. That is Hagee tagging out Hendricks, who decided to steal at the wrong time. So 1 away, and the caught stealing negates the walk. Blair with no base runner aboard now. Bottom third of the order in the top of the 5th, as that one is sent foul. For Metricardi, strikeout number 2. Van Hendricks in the first, gets Blair now in the fourth. And there's 2 gone for Josh Lindsay. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate to Lindsay, who ground into the 5-3 in the second. Connor McCann to the on-deck circle. Another strike. And it is 1-2. Medricardi, Walls, and Tantorno when you get to the fifth inning for the Stallions. He tried to hold up, could not. Lindsay strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Medricardi. And we'll go to the fifth in a 2-zip game.
We now believe
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. So what are you waiting for? Discover aviation at Coastal Alabama Community College.
now to bat, starting pitcher number 7, Preston Medricardi.
Top of the fifth gets underway. Bottom third of the order. Medricardi, Walls, and Tantorno. Joined by Dustin Schroyer. Did I pronounce that right?
You did.
All right. It is rare that I get things right. You are not only obviously involved with a lot going on with this tournament, but I understand involved with it's the Baby Hawks. Is that what Daniel told me?
Well, that's kind of the name that we've come up with, the Baby Hawks. It's the South Walton Hawks Athletic Association, and essentially Coach Borthwick put it together when Coleman was 6, I think, and it was just, a travel ball organization and a nonprofit at that, a 501c3, where it was an opportunity for kids to be able to play competitive travel baseball and, parents don't have to spend a ton of money out of pocket. So when I got here 4 years ago and started helping Coach Borthwick with the high school team as an assistant, I started an age group for my son, which was 7 at that time. And now they've all come up through and, we're 10U now, but last night you really saw the effect that the Hawks organization has on everything, because there were Baby Hawks, as we call them, running around everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and I'm assuming that some of the guys that are playing now were Baby Hawks.
Absolutely. I think probably 2/3 of the roster have played for the Hawks at one point or another, and even like the Denton Ward who moved in from Mariana, he played with the Hawks growing up, played with Coleman, and that kind of created that relationship, and he decided that he wanted to finish out with Coleman, which who wouldn't?
That's for sure. Tantorno coming to the plate after 2 go down. The ground out by Medricardi and the fly out by Walls. I guess the example I can think of in my neck of the woods, Brantley, Alabama, has got an extremely successful athletic program because they learn early, and then it's kind of a repetition thing through the years until you get to the high school level. So similar?
Yeah, exactly. Really, you hit it dead on. That Borthwick's group, so that junior class, they're pretty much the first class that has come all the way up through from 7U to now with the Hawks. And the great thing about it is all the Hawks coaches were kind of all on the same page. I coach my 10U team very similar to the way we coach at the high school. Obviously a little less rigor and a less demanding, but the same core principles. We're attitude, effort, concentration, something we preach to the high school boys every day, and we preach it to the Hawks organization kids. But it's nice because you don't have to spend that time at the beginning of the year really teaching the base running techniques that, my Coach Borthwick and myself and everybody else wants, because they've already learned it all the way up through. So you get to save that time in order to get down into the meat and potatoes of everything. And it really has helped a lot. Obviously, you see the continued success in a lot of these kids. And what it does, too, is our kids that, aren't the guys that are in the limelight all the time. Some of those guys that come off the bench, they've grown up playing Hawks, so they know they know what's expected of them when their number's called, because that's the way they've been raised as Hawks. And last night was just something else to see all of those kids running around in Hawks hats here. I mean, there's definitely something special going on here, and the connection is incredible.
Well, you bring up the word I was going to use. There is definitely something special here, and you can just kind of feel the electricity. And so I guess what it is saying is not only has it helped the athlete and the Seahawk to become a better ball player, it's really had an impact on the community as a whole.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Hawks organization is a community organization. It's designed with the intent in mind of, everyone can play travel baseball, and everyone can do it. And our businesses in this area, as well, they've supported the high school program. As you see all the banners here around the stadium, they support the South Walton Hawks Athletic Association as well. We get business sponsorships to keep parent costs low, to allow all those kids to be able to play, and it makes them not only better baseball players, but it makes them better people to come up in that program with those types of morals and those types of beliefs. So we're really happy, with where it's going and where it's hopefully, has been and going to continue to grow.
We are going to the bottom of the fifth. McCann, Neely, and Grieve coming to the plate. Can you hang around for another half inning?
Sure.
We'll be back in 30.
Leading off, bottom of the fifth inning, number 27, Connor McCann.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Connor McCann will start it. Nathan Neely and Braxton Grieve due up in the inning too. Well, I'm assuming, as is the case with any organization, you got plans for the future. I mean, there's things that you want to develop, get better at. You want to do. Give us an insight into some of the future plans.
Yeah, I mean, always the plans are to allow anybody that wants the opportunity to play baseball on a high level as possible, because in all actuality, the Hawks do compete at the highest level possible. And to see the teams grow, and that's the thing. I mean, if we've got enough kids to make two teams, we're going to make two teams. If we've got enough kids to make three teams, we're going to make three teams. And the support from Coach Borthwick, obviously, is the guy over top of it all, but he's so busy. But he still makes time. You see him at the tournaments. He's checking in on the teams. And he's not checking in on the teams to see, are we winning, are we losing? He wants to just go see and make sure that everything's going right and that everything's going the way that he's envisioned, which there has led to a direct correlation to the high school success. And I tie that a lot together because, like I said, Coleman's group is the first group that's come all the way up through. And they get it. And there's guys, Declan Fowler, the center fielder, has been a Hawk his whole life. You don't hear his name a lot, but he does everything right. He does everything right. It's full attitude, full effort, full concentration. And that's just where they go. And the high school players buy into it. They're so good with those little kids. There's always little Hawks out here. I mean, from practice, they'll come sit in the stands. Games are out here. Last night after the game, Coleman signing autographs for all these Hawks kids. I mean, they look up to those guys. And at practice, when we were growing up, we're like, okay, I'm this guy. I'm this major league guy. They're spitting out high school kids' names at practice that they're I'm going out to the mound, I'm Coleman. Or, it's really neat to see. But those high school guys are great with those Hawks kids. And I do think that it ties well together, and it's made for a great community support.
Well, when you drive in 6 runs and have a grand slam, I guess somebody might ask for your autograph. That's a big night for Coleman.
I almost asked him for one.
All right, now, do you at an early – because you're working with a younger age group, do you see talent at an early stage that you're like, okay, this has really got potential?
Yeah, you can definitely see talent. And a lot of it is at that age what you're looking for is the work ethic. Because, talent's there, but it's going to take that work ethic of somebody like, some of those guys that we have on the high school squad to do it. But at the same time, you don't give up on talent yet at that age either, because a lot can change going in, the 12 and 13-year-old age. And so that's why we bring everybody. It's like, hey, come on.
So you're going to be maybe potentially shocked both ways. Some guy that you think, man, that's great talent, might fizzle on you. Mm-hmm. Then somebody that you look at going, and they turn out to be great.
Absolutely. You get, and especially at that like 11 and 12-year-old age, you've got kids that are sitting there at 4'9" that are like, can't get a ball out of the infield. And then you've got a kid that's almost 6 foot that's just, raking balls off the fence. And who knows in 2 years how that's going to change.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. How did you wind up at South Walton?
So I actually am from a small town in Ohio. I taught there and coached there for 12 years, same school that I went to in high school. A town of about 1,200 people, which is funny because the high school has 1,200 people in it. And I had my administration degree. I'd been teaching and coaching in the small school I was at. There wasn't going to be an opening anytime soon. My parents had moved down here, and we'd come down and visit. And I sent at that time, Dr. Tibbetts was the principal. I sent her an email, and she got back with me with a job opening. I flew down. I interviewed. I met with Coach Borthwick. Got a teaching job here. He brought me on staff. And really, the rest is history.
How long ago was that?
This is my 4th year here. So I taught for 2 years, and then I'm in administration now. I actually work. So both my bosses are the Borthwicks. Coach Borthwick is my boss here at the baseball field, and then his wife is my boss at the school. So I'm ran by the Borthwicks.
You want to stay in good with the Borthwicks?
I do, yeah. And it's been a great move. We've got a 10-year-old son. We moved him right after kindergarten. He is just, you can ask Dan. He's always here. He's out here shagging fly balls every day after school. And that helps as well that Coach Borthwick is like that allows him that access because it's helped him as a baseball player.
Got a couple of base runners on, 1 run in, 1 gone. We are in the bottom of the 5th. And Arnold trying to make a move, trying to take the lead as they've got a runner that could tie it up in scoring position and the runner at first that could give the advantage to the Marlins here in the bottom part of the 5th. All right, tell me the truth. I know Daniel's nearby, but how is it working with Daniel Ballard?
I will tell you this. It is actually great working with Daniel Ballard. So it's kind of funny because at the school, I guess you could technically consider, he has to report to me sometimes, but we work really well together. But I will say this about Dan, and I tell people this all the time. I don't think there's a coach in America that writes up a better scouting report than Daniel Ballard.
Wow.
We get that, and it's funny because we'll get home from a game, 11 o'clock at night. I'll wake up about 5 in the morning. I've got an email from Dan at 2 a.m., and it's the scouting report for the team the next night. So I'm like, okay, I know Dan was up till 2 working on this, and I'm getting ready to see him at work in 4 hours.
Yeah.
But Dan puts us in a really good position to win every night, and stuff like that is invaluable, especially at this elite level of high school baseball. So, yeah, we are actually very fortunate to have Daniel with us.
Yeah, I think he eats, sleeps, breathes baseball.
He does. And he – like every coach, he's in it for the right reasons, and it's a blessing to work with Dan, and I hope we don't ever lose him.
I know you are in admin now. Is that the eventual vocational turn? You want to finish maybe as a principal?
I have no desire to be a principal. I don't think. I see. This is Nina Borthwick's first year, and we came into this together. Because basically I replaced her when she moved up to the principal. Then I replaced her. So we kind of came in this together this year, and nope, I'm happy where I'm at. I have no intentions of, overpassing or trying to overpass her. I love the relationship that we have, the work relationship, And she's much like Nick, she's very demanding of us. She's demanding of the kids. And she's got no problems walking into a locker room. It doesn't matter what sport it is. If something's going on that she doesn't like, she'll walk in there at halftime. And she'll just walk right by the coach and say, I got this.
I have not met her, I don't think. But
well, she's the little tiny blonde that walks around here. You'd never know it. But I remember last year, I forget what game it was we lost during baseball season, but it was kind of the rough patch of the year, and Nick was walking out to talk to the team, and she pushed him out of the way, and she got right in there, and she just started letting him have it, and then we went on a run. Next thing you know, we're in Fort Myers.
Yep. If you want it done right, get a woman to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dustin Schroyer.
Yes, sir.
Twice I've done that correct.
Look at you. You're on it.
I'm in new territory today, but great to have you as our guest. Thanks so much for kind of enlightening us as to the process, how these Seahawks became Seahawks.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun to watch them because we remember, like I said, it's fun to see our kids now at 10 years that I'm coaching that team and then helping out this team or, assistant coach for the high school. It's just fun to watch it all come together.
Great to have you with us.
All
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Dustin Schroyer, who is with not only the school but the younger athletes here as well, chatting with us. Thank you very much, Dustin. Boy, a lot changed. Panama City Arnold may want Dustin to keep talking because things completely turned around during his time on air. As 3 runs will play, and it becomes a 3-2 advantage for Arnold here in the bottom of the 5th. Moss just got caught stealing second for out number 2. And the base is cleared for Mason Lehman. He'll drive it into right field, another base hit. Marlins had a hit coming into the 5th. In the 5th, they've got 5. And a base runner on at first.
Center fielder, number 20.
Austin Hendricks coming to the plate. Over to first goes the throw. Austin Hendricks struck out and walked. 0 for 1 in the game, got caught stealing second. In about the same process, the same way that Moss got caught just a few minutes ago. Just kind of picked the wrong time to head towards second. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. Hendricks goes down, leaving Lehman on, but it was a good 5th. 3 runs come in for Panama City Arnold. And we go to the Stallions 6th with Pickett, Duva, and Rashini Tua.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Leading off the top of the sixth inning for the Stallions, designated hitter number 13, Landis Pickett.
Top of the sixth, Landis Pickett starting, Gavin Duba. Preston Rashina due up in the inning 2. This is floated foul over towards right. Pickett has struck out and tripled, scored a run. Providence down by a run in the top of the sixth after a 3-run bottom of the fifth. And his ground is short and then sliding past it. Lindsey trying to field, and when he put on the brakes, slid a bit. Pickett will get on. And that'll be the 5th hit of the game for the Stallions. He did not go and appeal to see if Duba did. He didn't. Duba with a couple of strikeouts, both times looking. That is a possibility of 2. There's 1 and 2. Fielded by Green, steps on the bag, throws to first.
Third baseman number 4, Preston Racchini.
And Preston Rashini coming to the plate with the bases cleared and 2 gone. One-0 pitch to Rashini. He struck out in the second, walked in the fourth. Marlins trying to keep it a 1-run game and add some insurance in the bottom of the sixth with Blair, Lindsey, and McCandua. IMG and Trinity Christian coming up. Magnolia Heights and South Walton in the day's last game. Another strike on the outside part of the plate to Rashini. Two-two pitch. And looked close, but apparently just a little bit outside. Grant Shepard to the on-deck circle. Three-two offering. Swung on and missed. Rashini goes down, and despite the leadoff single, the double play makes it a 1-2-3, top of the sixth.
New pitcher on the mound for the Stallions, number 13, Landis Pickett. Leading off the bottom of the sixth inning, for the Waltons, first baseman of 24, Eli Blair. Once again, a new pitcher on the mound for Providence, number 13, Landis Pickett.
Eli Blair beginning the bottom of the sixth inning with a new pitcher, Landis Pickett. The Providence DH now pitching. That is one hop to second. Fielded by Toro, and he'll go to first and get Blair on the 4-3. Marlins trying to add runs. Stallions trying to keep it at 1.
The shortstop, number 7, Josh Lindsey.
Josh Lindsey next, 0 for 2 in the game. The numbers on Preston Metricardi. 5 innings of work, 21 faced, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits, 3 runs. Lindsey with a ground out to third in the second. Struck out in the fourth. And he will strike out in the sixth.
Third baseman, number 27, Connor McCann.
So Pickett faces 2. Gets both. Blair on the ground out. Lindsey the strikeout. Here comes Connor McCann. 1 for 2 in the game. Fouled back to the screen by McCann. Landis Pickett trying to make it a 1-2-3, bottom of the sixth. And hope that 6, 7, and 8 can at least tie it up in the top of the seventh. The 1-2 offering. Too far inside. Count evens 2 each. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That is sent towards left field, and it's out of the park. McCann adding to the Arnold lead. Solo home run. And that cushion gets a little larger. It is a 4-2 lead.
Right fielder number 5, Nathan Neely.
Nathan Neely to the plate. Braxton Grieve to the on-deck circle. And his ground. Well, it was right underneath the mid of Pickett. Pickett kind of anticipating more of a hop, went underneath the mid, and then you had both fielders, shortstop Hagee and third baseman Rashidi, charging into field, not sure which was going to. So neither did, and on is Neely. And Neely's on his way to second. Got a pass ball from Shepard. Braxton Grieve, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And running down to third is Neely. Well, that's to go see Coach. Boy, that was the quickest pay a coach a visit run. I thought he was trying to take third, thinking that maybe time had not been called, but he wanted to hear what Coach had to say. Got there quickly. Braxton Grieve, 1 for 2. A fly out to short and a single. Fouled away by Grieve. Grieve with the fly out to short in the third, and then the single that brought in a run and scored one as part of that 3-run fifth. The 1-1 pitch, and it is 1-2. One ball, couple of strikes, 2 gone, 1 in. Neely at second. Pickett in relief of Matt Riccardi. Into the dirt, and to third goes Neely. "90 feet away. Neely at third. And his ground is short, fielded by Hagee. Goes to first. Grieve is out, Neely's on. But the Marlins hope that the McCann insurance is enough as we head to the 7th.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Hitting off the top of the 7th inning, the catcher number 17, Grant Shepard.
Top of the 7th, Grant Shepard starts at Preston McCarty. Ryan Walls, 2 up in the inning, 2. As that one is sent foul and out of play. Providence took the lead in the first, held it all the way to the bottom of the fifth. That's where Arnold made its move, scored 3 runs then, added 1 more in the sixth. They take a 2-run lead into the seventh. Shepherd has struck out twice in the second and fourth innings. One-two pitch. It is too high in the count, even at 2. Two ball, 2 strike offering. It is too far inside to Shepherd, and the count runs full. Cooper Moss trying to get the complete game. Providence trying to get the tying run to the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. That is fouled back and got blue. He's wearing protective gear, and it helped, but it still hurt. And Grant Shepherd, second on the umpire. Yeah, they got all kinds of protective gear, and they seemingly are adding to that protective gear, but there is always somewhere that gets popped that isn't protected. Or I always go back to the Breaking Bad. I don't know if you watched Breaking Bad, but the twins, you know, the bad guys who were testing out the Kevlar vest on the salesman. Swing and a miss, and out will go Shepherd.
Now to bat, starting pitcher, number 7, Preston Metricardi.
Preston Metricardi next, 0 for 2 in the game, a ground out to first and second. Strike delivered with the first pitch. Ryan Walls to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away. 2-run Arnold lead. That is fouled away, and the bat winds up over near the dugout. Everybody's okay, though. Back into the box, Metricardi. Slowly ground towards first, but it will roll foul. And Metricardi will come back to the plate. Cool temperatures today at Santa Rosa Beach, and those southwest winds making the cool temperatures feel cooler in 70, but feels like 66. And again, it's windy, but we haven't reached the part of the day in which the iPhone weather app says it will get windy. Fouled off towards the jambalaya, over beyond the batting cages. Got a little concession area over there, hospitality area. And that baseball wanted some Cajun cooking. 1-2 pitch. Able to get a piece of it and foul it off was Metricardi. Metricardi with a ground out to first, last out in the second. Ground out to second is the first out in the fifth. 2-2 pitch. Late swing and miss by Metricardi.
Out to bat, first baseman number 21, Ryan Walls. As I mentioned, stick around. 2 great games coming up this afternoon. At 3 o'clock.
2 gone for Ryan Walls.
Academy will take on Trinity Christian in the nightcap.
I don't think, since we started covering games yesterday morning,
2 great games on tap this afternoon.
that we have had
And the next one will be IMG Academy taking on Trinity Christian.
someone get the complete game, but Cooper Moss is working on one. I believe we had somebody go 6 2/3, but didn't get the last out. But Moss working on the complete game. And he's got 11 strikeouts. Best performance of our streamed games was the Aaron Watson 13 Ks, but Cooper Moss with 11. That is a base hit into left field. Tying run coming to the plate in the form of 9-hitter Anthony Tantorno.
Second baseman number 6, Anthony Tantorno.
Tantorno has struck out and singled. On the inside part of the plate. Cooper Moss still working on that last out. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Tantorno saying he was hit by the pitch. Blue said, "I'm not buying it." Well, let's see if we can see anything that resembles a hit by pitch. Well, if he got hit by the pitch, it wasn't where he grabbed. External part of the knee. Slowing it down a notch. Let's see. No, don't think so. One and two on Tantorno. Tantorno struck out in the third, singled in the fifth. One-two offering. And is popped up on the infield. Calling for it at first is Blair. That's your ball game.
Final score, Providence Stallions 2, Arnold Marlins 4. Cooper Moss pitches the complete game for the Marlins. And leads them
So
to victory.
this one is over.
Stallions 2, Marlins 4.
And it is the
Hope you enjoyed the game. If not,
Marlins of Arnold
coming up, we'll have IMG Academy
that
taking
will
on
score
Trinity
late in the game, but score enough to win it.
Next, here at the South Walton Showdown.
6 hits, couple of Providence runs, one in the first, one in the fourth. No errors committed, and they will strand 4. For Arnold, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 left on. They don't make a defensive mistake. Got 3 runs in the 5th and a run in the 6th. Got a rather lengthy break between now and 3 o'clock. So come on down, get here a little bit early, and enjoy the food, and then eventually the baseball. For all the folks with South Walton and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. We will see you at 3.